Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. There's another paid request, this time for Travis. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos or topics or commentaries or whatever, randomness, list, rankings, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon, and both links are down below in the info box under this video. And this is for the 1978 film The Driver, directed by Walter Hill, that when it came out, it didn't do really any business. I think Walter Hill even himself said that he's glad that the Warriors, he was able to make that and that was a hit because that saved his career. Because this film came out and did nothing. I will say though, it stars Ryan O'Neal, Bruce Dern, who's a good actor. He was in The Burbs, been a lot of stuff. Tom Hanks from The Burbs. Very much is an influence on films like Drive with Ryan Gosling. In fact, when you watch it, you're like, wow, there's a lot of influence that Drive got from this movie. I mean, you have a lead character who's a good driver, who you don't really know his name, man of few words. There's a beginning scene where he picks up some guys who did a heist and him outmaneuvering the cops, kind of like the beginning of Drive. But I would say I like Drive more with Ryan Gosling because I like the style in Drive a bit more. The soundtrack, I would say I like a bit more. The songs and the usage of them in the Ryan Gosling Drive. Also, the ending just seemed more satisfying to me, and the love story I thought helped propel the story and the meaning in that flick. Well, here, there's not really a love story. I mean, there is a girl that the driver meets. The ending kind of just makes you go, well, what was the point? And that's the thing, I don't hate the film. It was interesting to watch. It was short. Ron O'Neal, I think in retrospect, some people thought maybe if you had like a Clint Eastwood, a Charles Bronson. I know Steve McQueen, they wanted Steve McQueen to do this, but he's like, I don't want to do another movie with cars. I did film like Bullet. But Ryan O'Neal wasn't an issue. Bruce Dern, who plays the cop, who wants to get the driver. I didn't really. No one has a name in this. There's the driver, nicknamed the cowboy. There's the cop. There's a guy that just called exchange man or exchange bag man. Like, no one has an actual name in this. And yeah, I know like Edgar Wright was influenced for this, for Baby Driver. Like I said, Nicholas Winding Refn actually called Walter Hill to let him know that Drive was influenced by this movie. Tarantino's a big fan of this film. It has some pretty good car chase scenes, like the beginning where, again, he picks up these two who rob some stuff. He's driving at night, fucks up some cop cars. You know, it's nicely directed. I think Walter Hill did a good job showcasing the skill of the driver, and it's not fast cuts, flashes of fast cuts that make us confused at the geography. You know, that's well handled. Bruce Dern, he definitely more the vocal of the two, and there's a point like he throws a drink at Ron O'Neal, and he's like, yeah, go ahead, punch me, throw it. It'll cost you 2 years. He's just trying to do anything he can to arrest this guy. He even sets up these other bad guys. You do a robbery, and you get to this guy, so we just set him up so I can get the driver. There's a girl, Isabelle Adjani. Sorry if I fucked up her name. She plays what they call the player. That's her name, the player. Because she saw him, but then she was paid off to go and line up. No, I didn't see him. So again, it's not really a love story between the two. It's just kind of a, maybe we'd get something out of this by the end. Alliance. Oh, another person I recognize, a contact for the driver, is Ronnie Blakely, who played the mom in the original Nightmare on Elm Street. She played Heather Langenkamp, Nancy's mom in the first Elm Street film. She's the one that Freddy grabs and becomes a Barbie doll at the end of that movie. Remember, she's standing there, the arm comes through, and then the Barbie doll. It looks like a Barbie doll. I love the film, but that looks like that was the worst part of the movie. Yeah, I love the original Elm Street film, but that was the worst part. The ah, it's like the you could play the Looney Tunes. That's all, folks. Yeah, I love the film, but that wasn't Wes Craven's fault. He didn't want that ending. The ending he wanted, I think, was the best, which is the kids drive off, goes to the kids' jump rope. You think, was it a dream? Is it over? Is it out? I mean, that's a better ending. That was the best ending. And blame Bob Shea. Bob Shea fucked it up. So, listen to Wes Craven, Bob Shea. And you still could have made sequels because it's a question mark ending that actually works. By the way, back to this. But yeah, that's Ronnie Blakely. And say, hey, these guys want to work with you. And we come to find out those guys are the guys that Bruce Dern got with to try to set up the driver. And like I said, when the driving stuff happens, it's well filmed. Like there's a bit where these guys are you as good as they say they are? I mean, are you as good as they say you are? Okay. They're in this parking garage. I like the way it's lit. I do think there's some nice moody atmospheric lighting. Like in this parking garage, it's lit. Kind of a green, moody. I just like the way it looks. And he's just like bashing through things and fuck up the door. And he's fucked up the car, but he's still in control. And it's like, am I good enough now? Am I good enough now, bitch? How about do this and do that? Look, I'm fucked up everything, but I'm still driving. Am I still good enough? And they pretty much steers the shit out of him. They're finally like, okay, we'll take you. Which, I mean, if they're setting the guy up, I don't know why they had to go that far anyway. I mean, you worked with Bruce Dern to set this guy up. I don't even know why you go, how do we know you're that good? I mean, dude, you want this guy to work with you. Because you're setting him up. Why are you bitching? But at least we got a fun action sequence. I say, Ron O'Neal does fine. He's a man of few words. Mainly using his body language, his looks. And yeah, I would put Ryan Gosling above him. Because I think Ryan Gosling had a bit more presence. That's just my opinion. And just the 2011 Drive just had a little bit more of a cool factor. Like the soundtrack, I love the songs. They're talking about you, boy. Or even the other song, humans be, you be a hero. I suck at singing, so I'll stop. But yeah, I just love the soundtrack, the score of the Drive, 2011 film more. Like I said, Ryan Gosling with the cool jacket and the fact that he's also a stunt driver, and you had Albert Brooks and you had what was it? From Breaking Bad. I know his name, damn it. I was pissed he died in Godzilla 2014. It's Bryan Cranston. Sorry, Bryan Cranston. Again, that film had a little bit of love story that kept... You don't know much about the driver, that kept it a little bit even more interesting, even more likable, that a man who's very silent, maybe standoffish, something for him to believe in, something for him to fight for, something for him to protect. And so you get stuff like the hammer scene in the elevator, as well as some cool car chase bits. And like Drive from 2011, when I first saw it, I don't know what to make of this, but then it compelled me to want to watch it again, and then wow, I really love this film. This is a really cool flick. And at first I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, no, I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I really do enjoy that film. I do put that above this. Because again, it's fine. That's what I call with the film. It's fine. I wasn't there in 19. I wasn't even born in 1978, so how it influenced people, I wasn't party to it. I didn't grow up with the film. This is the first time I'm seeing it now. Spoiler alert for the third act. Spoilers. There's a the guys who hired him. They try to fuck him over, and well, so glad that you'd never bring a gun. But Ron O'Neal did and shoots the motherfucker. He's an asshole. Then he hightails his ass out of it. Then one thing leads to another. There's a bag with money and the lottery key, and that gets stolen. So they had to go chase that guy to get the lottery key back. Gets to the locker. Meanwhile, Bruce Dern is chasing the exchange bad guy, and this Amtrak train kills him. They both get to the locker. They both meet. You think the driver's going to get arrested, but the bag is empty. And as he puts it, we both got swindled. We both got ripped off. I guess the point of it is that, Bruce Dern is left literally holding the bag. And, like, no one even wants to touch it. So Bruce Dern, I mean, all this stuff probably don't cost him, I don't know if it'll cost him his job, but probably a demotion, not a promotion. He's probably don't get demoted. Maybe fired, I don't know. He kind of walks away. The driver walks away. I don't even know if the driver walks with the girl. I think the girl just said, fuck it. No money. I'm done. I think she just walks away. And then I guess the driver walks away. I'm guessing he'll just go to another town and continue to work. I guess. That's why with the ending, kind of like, okay. The point of this game is just to get a stalemate. I guess there's some deep message I'm supposed to get out of that. I'm sure. But it's just, it still ended up in a stalemate. And I'm like, well, okay. So the driver's not arrested, but he doesn't get the money. Doesn't even look like he gets the girl, which, again, there wasn't even much of a thing between them anyway. Bruce Dern, he's like, well, I got this bag. It's empty. Put it down. I walk away. See if I have a job tomorrow. It just kind of like, It did make me go, what was the point of this? It just wasn't satisfying. It wasn't much of anything. Like Drive, I got more of a satisfaction where, kills the bad guy. You think he's dead, but he's not quite dead. Unless you want to interpret it another way, but that's how I interpret it. He didn't die. He drove off. He'll get that fixed up, and he just can't go back to the girl. Just too dangerous to do that. So that's just the way I look at it. I'm surprised there was never a sequel to Drive, honestly. Maybe that would ruin it, but yeah, I'm surprised there was never a sequel to Drive. But yeah, The Driver, it might have influenced Drive, and there's a lot of people that said they like this more than Drive. I feel the opposite. The film was fine, but it made me appreciate Drive even more, because I think it had a little bit more to the story. It definitely had more style. I thought the music I prefer more. And again, this did it fine, but in my opinion, Drive did it better. That's just my take on it. So I don't know what else to say. If you like Walter Hill and you like Ryan O'Neal, Bruce Dern, you want to see a film that inspired other ones, feel free. It was actually for free on YouTube. Someone had it uploaded on YouTube. That's how I saw it. So it's fine. It's not a bad movie. I don't think it's a bad movie at all. It just, I've seen stuff that, in my opinion, did it better. But with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.